going crazy. The commentators like, oh, do they know they need to score another goal to get through? Da, da, da. Then that free kick, which I don't even think it was a free kick. I don't think it was a foul because I looked at it.
It wasn't.
That wasn't a foul.
Not a free kick.
They didn't even show a replay. Yeah, but I was like, I'm sure that wasn't a foul. Didn't matter. I said, if that goalkeeper, and it was Mourinho. Yeah, I hate Mourinho. Yeah, Arsenal DNA. I hate Mourinho. Yeah, but I knew him going. One player stay behind, goalkeeper, you go out there. I was like, this guy's gonna score a goal. When that ball went, I said, last kick, I was screaming. It was like I supported Benfica. It was crazy.
No, it was. I mean, the second I saw it was Jose, I knew it was wrapped up because I was flicking through a lot of games, as I'm sure a lot of you were, at the same time. And then, I went to that game and I was like, hang on a second, they need a goal difference to get through this. And it looked like they were just happily buying out a draw. There's a couple of decisions, actually, I thought was a little bit questionable. The red card just before that, after Mbappe kicked the ball into the net, I think it was Rodrigo for dissent. I think that was a bit of a questionable one. And the free kick also, I don't think
You say it was questionable, yeah. But if any... Because I obviously, I turned on the game and I saw 2 red cards. When I went back, I said the first red card is going to be for something they was being stupid or reckless, yeah? And I said, I bet you the second one is going to be one of them going... That's exactly what it was, fam. You knew it was going to happen. When they get rattled, they start doing all this stupid player angry onto the ref and all that stuff. Less of that. Get off my pitch.
Agreed.
They got out by Jose, but that's a big game, Benfica, Real Madrid. We've seen, obviously, Jose Mourinho do it before with a Portuguese club. He did it with Porto, dragged them up by the scruff of the neck to get them through. Do you think there could be an upset on the cards here against his former club, Real Madrid?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they've done it now, they know that they can go and do it again. And also, this Real Madrid team over the last couple of seasons just hasn't looked the same, you know. Arsenal beat them convincingly over 2 legs in the Champions League last season. And to be honest, we've seen moments this season. Obviously, it's really difficult, and we've seen what's happened with Xabi Alonso, and it's, it's a very difficult job, and it's a big ask. But Real Madrid are struggling, ultimately. And so I think they're actually not a bad team to probably face in the Champions League at the minute. They're going to have to
put that down to, because they have a phenomenal squad, of course. I mean,
player power.
If you compare their squad to most teams in the Premier League, I mean, look, you got Spurs finishing in the top 8 of the Champions League.
Yeah, which is mental.
That squad should be smashing it. Do you think it's potentially just an ego problem, or maybe they haven't got the right manager in? What would you put it down to?
I think Josh absolutely smashed it. I think it is player power. I think there's a lot of very, very individually talented players, but I think ultimately there are a lot of big egos in that club. And the reason why Xabi Alonso kind of didn't really fit Real Madrid is because he wants too much control over the players when the players kind of just want to do their own thing, and that's not really how Real Madrid are going to be run. I think he's going to be a good manager. I just think it's not really necessarily the right fit of a club. I think Carlo Ancelotti was a little bit more laid back, kind of let them he obviously managed, but kind of let them
more of a man manager.
Ancelotti's a good man manager. He knows how
yeah.
to get the best out of them guys. But I think as well is with a team like Real Madrid, you need to have a manager that is so levels above that the players cannot talk to them. Do you know what I'm saying? If man turns and says, what? You're on the bench. Yeah. Alonso couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? As good of a coach as he is, he wasn't the right fit to control
didn't have the authority.
All that player power. Exactly.
But that authority comes from the board, because when Barcelona did that and Guardiola came in unproven, he went and dished everyone out. Goodbye Henry, goodbye Ibrahimovic. He did it to everyone. But yeah, I know what you mean. With Ancelotti, he's not so much a tactician. He's just good at getting the feeling in the camp. But how sustainable that is, I guess your guess is as good as mine. Let us know in the chat, obviously. Do you think Real Madrid will turn things around? Do you think they'll have a good run? Or will Jose be the man to stop them? We have some other big games as well. We've got Borussia Dortmund versus Atalanta, an all-French Monaco versus Paris Saint-Germain, which could be an interesting one. Could we see Paris Saint-Germain do the back-to-back, Josh?
I don't think so. I don't think so. They haven't been looking as convincing as last season.
They started off slow last season as well.
They
and
did.
They slowly
I was even going to say about your point about Real Madrid, basically, because Real Madrid finished, 8th last season? You know, I do think that maybe some of the other teams, they go, as long as we qualify, it doesn't really matter how we do in this league table section, because we'll make movements when we need to make movements. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't need to stress too much, which I guess it works in some contexts. Say, for example, a team like Arsenal, where you might later on, we'll see at the end of the season, you might argue, well, they topped the group, but they petered out before they even got to the final. So it might be a case of they're just managing what they're doing so that by the time they get to those later stages, they can unleash the beast, which it couldn't totally happen, because even last season, when we were coming up to face them, people still thought, and I'm talking about Arsenal fans, we're going, we can move to these, man. we can do that, and we underestimated them. And I think that's the problem that people had last season. But I think this year people will be more wary of that, because obviously they won it last season. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, they did win it last season. As I said, they're slow starters. I do 100% agree with you, though. I do, when I look around at some of the other teams, the football they're playing, especially the likes of Arsenal, even Barcelona when they turn it on, I do think it is going to be tough for them. Of course, let us know in the chat who you think your favourites currently are for the Champions League. We've also got Juventus going up against Galatasaray, Olympiacos versus Bayer Leverkusen, Bodo Glimt, who, I mean,
the dark horses.
Never rule out Bodo Glimt.
They salvaged that. I think they needed, 7 points out of their last 3 to draw their way up, and that's exactly what they got. I mean, how Bodo Glimt are still surviving. They got to the semi-final of the Europa League last year, and they will be playing, most likely, either Man City or Sporting through that game.
Deservedly so when you beat Man City and Atletico Madrid. Like, that's 2 big Champions League tests. So they absolutely are right to be in this position, because, those are big games. And they've proven themselves twice in a row.
Guess you could say they've got a European glint in their eye.
Oh, man. You know what? You go at me for my bad puns. That was a
it writ itself.
That was a rough
It writ
one,
itself.
mate.
God damn it! It was not written by Cecil G.
Cecil G, the poet without Vouge. Atletico versus Club Brugge almost to finish us off, because we also have Karabag, who are still managing their way in there against
Come on,
Newcastle
the Karabag!
Just quickly before we do get into the rest of it, what did you make of the whole playoff stage, the change of format? Are you starting to grow on it?
Yeah, we spoke about it a little bit yesterday, and I kind of said initially I actually wasn't really a massive fan, but I think it's just because we were quite used to the system and the way things were in the Champions League, and was a little bit skeptical about changing it. But now I do think it kind of makes it a little bit more competitive and a little bit more interesting, because you obviously get to play more teams in the early rounds. It makes it more exciting, more fixtures. I mean, yeah, it's fun, and I think you get to see that kind of late drama like we did 2 nights ago now, which you just wouldn't really see in the group stages, because you just would probably have the 2 best teams top the groups, and then that'd be that. Whereas you kind of get a couple upsets here.
Yeah, you do. I mean, I'm currently unsold on it. Personally, I think it's just there's too many poor quality teams, for my opinion, in the Champions League that clubs are playing. I mean, you just have to look only as far as the Premier League and the state that a lot of these clubs are in the seasons they're having. But yeah, Arsenal first in the Champions League.
That makes
Liverpool
sense.
third in the Champions League. Get Arsenal, fair enough, but Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea,
Yeah.
City, and then Newcastle just missing out by 1 point, who themselves have had a really tough season. I think there's just too many teams in the competition. The Champions League is meant to be the elite of the elite, and something about the group stages and them playing against each other twice, it just seemed a little bit more exciting. But is this potentially showing the gulf in quality of the Premier League and how much stronger it's getting year on year? Every year we sit here and
I don't think it's any different.
Premier League.
I don't think it's any different, because
You don't think so?
even when you go back to when it was the old format, how many times did English teams get to the Final Four, there's normally always an English team there and abouts. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially in certain years when you go, oh, the Premier League was very strong this year or whatever. I think the English teams would do that anyway. However, I do hear what you're saying about the group stages. I think I was having this discussion with my mate the other day, shout out Dean, and we was just talking about what was better, having the group stages or having this league structure, and the things that we missed and don't miss from the old format and the new format. I miss doing the home and away. If a team beats us, I want to go back there, or wherever, and I wanna move to them. Do you
Get
know what I'm
their
saying?
revenge,
I
yeah.
want my revenge. I don't have to wait till later down the line and hopefully run into them, and then that's always just loaded over my head. Do you know
But you know what? It might make for a more competitive game now, though, because teams might be less likely to go all in the first leg, or if you're at home in the first leg, the opposition might just like play for the draw. Whereas now, I think you see more competitive all-round 90-minute games because there is no other leg, which might make the football more exciting. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
but because I argued as well that in the old format, if the when we had the away goals, if the team that won maybe won by a 3-0, you could argue that when it goes back to theirs or something, they'll just sit back and we ain't got to do nothing. So that game's going to be a dead rubber anyway. But I tell you, I do not miss that away goal rule.
Oh yeah,
because
me
the
neither.
amount of times, fact check me because I can't remember all the times because I'm old now, but the amount of times we went out when we beat the team, what do you mean we beat Barcelona at the Nou Camp but we're out on away goals? What do you mean we beat Milan at the San Siro, first English club to do it, but we're out on away goals? I got sick of that every single time, fam. Like, and when I was younger and I was looking at, I couldn't fully understand the away goal. I'm looking at the score and I'm saying, right, we're winning or it's a draw, but we're out. I'm like, what? Don't miss
but
that.
how many great moments would have been robbed? Guardiola's first year, he may have not revolutionised football without the away goal, because they got passed against Chelsea in the last minute with that away goal. Iniesta, top bins. You wouldn't have had Spurs reaching a Champions League final.
that would have been fine by me.
2 games.
All these things are true, but these things didn't happen to my team, so I don't care.
No, they didn't. But just quickly before we do move on from the premier competition in club football, of course, who are you guys backing as your favourites, and then who are you backing as your dark horses to go all the way? I think we'll start off.
Champions League. I think I have to put Arsenal up there because I genuinely believe so.
You put your money on your table that you're going to win the Champions League.
I think.
If you had to look at everyone, you think Arsenal are going to do the double?
I think the Champions League, I think we're up there. I think Bayern Munich are also massively up there. I think Arsenal and Bayern Munich, they're first and second in the table for a reason. I know that doesn't mean everything, but I think Bayern Munich could be the team to beat in the Champions League this season.
You think Bayern Munich. And who would be your dark horses if you had to pick one?
Dark horses? Ooh, I mean, do you know what? I feel like Liverpool could step up in the Champions League.
European heritage.
Yeah, potentially. I hope that they don't, and I hope that they go out. But yeah, I think there's another Premier League team to watch, to be honest.
Another Premier League. Who would you go for?
I'm going for Arsenal.
Yeah,
because I'm just going by progression, facts, and the fact that 3 seasons ago I said we was going to be in a Champions League final, and this is the season. So I reckon we'll get to the final, whether we win it or not. Believe. Yeah.
Please.
Believe.
Another 2006 on the cards.
If that
No,
happens,
way.
if that happens, I'm changing my occupation. I am becoming a referee.
Yeah, they'll be actually
If
headlines.
2006 happens again, I will become a referee, fam. Yeah? Ty will be shouting at me, Josh, you're an absolute disgrace. What about that time on Bakayo outside the box when he tripped him up and it should have been a penalty? Ty didn't even touch him, bro. I looked at the VAR. No, you should have done that. As an Arsenal, are you even a real fan? Are you even a real fan like me? They call me delusional, but I'm not. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, but I'll make sure that we win the Champions League. Don't worry about it. Yeah?
And just to double your odds, you got a dark horse you think gonna crawl around there?
I'm dark horse. I'm gonna go Benfica. I just think
Ooh.
after that, I think the Mourinho vibes.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
I like
gonna
that.
be there. And do you know what? As much as I hate him, this guy's box office. Do
he
you know what I'm
is.
saying? I want to see full Mourinho troll mode all the way to wherever they face Arsenal and we knock them out.
Yeah, well, I do agree. I do agree with the Benfica shout. I think just the Jose factor alone is going to be definitely something you want to keep your eyes glued to the screen for. But Barcelona, man, I think they were unfortunate not to get to the Champions League final last year. I thought they battered Inter Milan over both of those games. Of course, their defense was just not
I
up
think
to par.
defensively they're still so
I
vulnerable.
think defensively they're shaky as
They
well.
are shaky.
Also,
I-
the high
I
line
feel
as
like,
well.
I
It's
feel like
just-
Barcelona is the because I wanted to play Barcelona last year so badly. Yeah, I feel like they're the perfect team to play against us because they
I agree.
want to play. They're not the sit back. They've got the high line.
But
That'd
they
be
have
a
the
great
quality.
game.
They have with the gaps
They
you
do,
leave
they
in
do.
between the midfield and defence. Imagine
They do.
Yamal
but
and Rafinha.
What a game!
It
what
would
a
make
game
an
it would be.
unreal
Oh, it
game.
would. Well, it'd be an unreal game from one set of team, and then the other team are going to sit back and try and hit them with a throw-in in the 90th minute. But that is the Champions League.
In the shade like they're throw-ins, fam. You're an absolute
Not even
disgrace.
subtle with it either. Not even subtle.
Well, neither are you lot. I mean, you could see your attacks coming from last night. Let's be honest here. But let me know.
Let him get them in first. Yeah.
Who you guys
when did we
think
get to Leeds?
are going to win
Scum.
who are going to win the Champions League? And of course, if you have a dark horse, get that in the chat as well. But speaking of Arsenal, there's been a lot of talk of you. You have a mouth-watering game tomorrow, Saturday, 3 o'clock, against what some people are calling the dark horses for a late European charge. But
I'm not
what
sure
do I
anyone
know?
said
dark
that.
horses.
I've
but,
heard
you
The
know.
dark horses, you lot wear
I've
white,
heard-
bro.
I've
You're the
heard-
Tottenham of the North.
I haven't
You
heard
ain't
that.
getting
You
nothing.
lot, I just heard through the grapevine. I'm hearing
No,
the
I haven't heard it.
conversations.
No.
Was
it's
it a vine
flowing.
from yourself to yourself?
Yeah.
Hey, I hear that we're the dark horses, even though we're white, the Tottenham of the North. What are you telling me?
Well,
I agree. Yeah.
a dark horse knows no colour and is not bound by
So
anything.
is that
but
not just a horse?
3 o'clock, we do, of course, tomorrow have Leeds United versus Arsenal. It's a huge game. Arsenal desperately need 3 points after the way things have gone against them. That Man United game, not good enough. Leeds United desperately need 3 points. West Ham crawling up where the sun don't shine. It's not pretty over there. There are both sets of teams that desperately need it for different reasons, so I think this is going to be a very, very exciting game. But just quickly, how do you see this game going? Are you going into this with confidence, or has that Man United game kind of pulled things back a bit for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the Manchester United game, but also now a combination of the last couple of Premier League fixtures where it's been results, but it's also been about performance. So, I think now more than ever, if this team isn't fighting for the Premier League in this type of game, because we need this result. City have got a difficult game, which I'm sure we'll come and speak about, but we really, really need 3 points. It's not going to be easy. I really don't think it will be. I think Leeds at Ellen Road have been really tough this season. You've got results against Man U, Liverpool, beat Chelsea at home. So not an easy game. I think we will win, but it might not be pretty. I don't really care how we get it done, though. I just need 3 points right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, not many games have been pretty this year, especially in recent times. You've got the cup game coming up next week against Chelsea, of course, huge second leg. Do you think that's going to impact things at all? Do you think maybe he's going to rest and rotate the squad a little bit for this game with that in the back burner?
I don't know. I think the last game in the Champions League, obviously, we had a lot of rotation. I mean, a lot. It was literally more or less the whole team.
Full rotation.
Yeah, full rotation. So, some of those players, you can make your arguments that, do you know what, he could change. But I reckon what's going to happen is his Premier League, he's going to play his strongest team. So I think the real question is who's going to be playing up front. that's the front three.
I think the midfield is
Gyökeres has
also.
to be gone, no?
I don't know
Why
about
though?
gone.
He's
I
starting
don't
to
know
hit a
about
bit of
gone
form.
because
What
No,
caliber's starting to hit
we
form?
say
He
we
is
say
though.
thing because the thing is that people are confusing the disappointment of Gyökeres, what their expectations of Gyökeres was as the best striker in the world last year, to his performances this year. But when you comparatively look at him compared to everyone else, you go, is he really doing as bad? There is no question that he should be performing better than he is, but I don't think he's been as abysmal as people make.
No, by the way,
I'm sorry, did I just hear best striker in the world last year?
well, for goals he was.
For goals,
Mate, this guy is the farthest
Numbers,
thing from...
numbers don't lie
yeah,
though.
it's the same thing.
Numbers do lie.
If
They don't.
Arsenal
Numbers quite
if
literally
Arsenal
do
win
lie.
the league this year, yeah, and we stay doing this rubbish that we're doing now,
Yeah.
own goals and corner things or whatever, and you lot say we're the worst team to win the Premier League, it doesn't matter. We're at the top of the table. We won the Premier League the same
It's
way
just
my
an
man
excuse.
scored the most goals last season.
Yeah, but in the Premier League, it's the same teams you're playing week in, week out. Anyone can go to a Farmers League and score 50, 60 goals. It doesn't make him best striker
all my
in world
Portuguese,
football.
my Portuguese people in the chat, don't let this guy call you farmers, fam.
No, I mean,
I'm not calling
We
them. There's a lot of great quality
You just
Portuguese
said he just
players.
came from the Farmers League, bro.
I didn't say specifically
have it,
that, but
Portuguese
listen, mate,
people.
it's not the
No,
caliber
but
of
you're
the
right.
Premier
You're
League,
right.
is it? It's
you're,
a stat
you
padding
are right.
league.
You've got a good point, and this is why he struggled coming to the Premier League. 'Cause it's a much better league and it's much more competitive. So he struggled, and also I think our Arsenal system and the way that we play doesn't really, play to a striker's strengths very well.
But I think. Do you not think that the understanding has been getting a bit better? Because I feel
Yeah.
like before, especially in the first 2 months, you could see that the types of passes that we were trying to make into him were not the right passes. They weren't quick enough. And I feel like in that last game when Havertz came on, or when Havertz played in that first half, it's like he understood there was the connection there. He was like, I'm releasing this ball to get it to you. Those chances started coming into him way more often than I've seen in the previous games. And I feel like the team is starting to understand, I need to get into him a little bit quicker. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like that for me as well, because Bukayo Saka isn't fully clicking right now as well, I think it heightens the fact that, look at Gyökeres, he's not thinking, but then you have the argument on the left side where we've got both Martinelli and Trossard, who everyone was saying, get rid of these, man. Trossard, first part of the season, was doing bits. My son, Gabriel Martinelli, that's his theme tune whenever he's got the ball, yeah.
What is that?
That's his tune. Oh, do you know what?
Where's he wheeled that one out from?
What is
No,
that?
if anyone knows what that song is, yeah, it's a real song, yeah. It's Mexican. They play it on the group things, yeah.
No idea what that is.
Someone knows what it is. It's called the Battle of the Something, fam. I can't find it. I googled it once. Yeah, because I
Just
thought it was
Googling Battle of the something.
yeah, Battle of the Something. Hey, there might be a Mexican in there, bro.
mate.
You might know what it is. Yeah, but I want Martinelli to score a hat-trick against you, man. So I'm just saying.
I'm afraid that isn't going to happen. I mean, you touch on Kai Havertz. I think he's actually been very underrated for what he's done for you, and I think people are starting to see the void that he has left in there. But you guys have obviously spoken about how you think the game's going to go.
Yeah,
It's
go
quite
on then,
cute.
go
It's
on
quite
then.
elegant. It's quite
Yeah,
classy.
tell us how you're going to
Now
lose,
let
mate.
me
Tell us how you're
speak
gonna
for
batter
the
us.
people, the people from the earth that have been putting out this dark horse European charge. When you're looking at Leeds at Ellen Road this season, it's a different ball game to away. Sure, Arsenal pack Leeds in 5-0 at the Emirates. That can happen to anyone on their day. New to the league, just getting your feet
New
flowing.
to the league. How many times have you been in the league, mate?
Pit. Listen, mate, let me tell you something. The Emirates and Old Trafford, if I was to say from a Leeds perspective, do not like going there. Pitch is massive. Spread out the play, so many gaps to be exploited. You come to a ground like Stamford Bridge, Leeds always do well there. You go to a ground like Ellen Road, Leeds always do well there. Why? Because it's a tighter pitch. It's more compact. You've got the atmosphere, the energy. It's a little bit more of a frantic, paced nature game. And I think that's what you expect to see. I mean, look at Daniel Fark, man. The guy has changed the game. He's switched to a 5 at the back, and it has been curtains for everyone.
Weren't Leeds going to
for
sack
everyone.
Daniel Fark,
Liverpool
though?
come to Ellen Road, dusted up, lucky to get away with a draw. Chelsea come to Ellen Road, battered off the park for 90 minutes, 3-1. Goodbye, see you later, mate. Maresca out the door a month later. Oh, what happens? Man United come to Ellen Road. See you, Ruben Amorim. Sends him packing as well, the same way he got Tuchel sacked. So listen, coming to Ellen Road is not going to be as easy as you think with this 5-back. He's got
Who
him
said it was gonna
cooking.
be
Dominic
easy?
Calvert-Lewin is firing on all cylinders. Listen, I can
He's making
see
up
it in
words.
your
He's making up words.
demeanor.
He
I can see
you
it in
didn't
your
listen to what I
demeanor.
said.
This is what he does.
Now,
I
what you
told
know
you
is-
this.
Put
I
words
told
in
you.
my mouth.
This is why
Never
he's
even
my
said
arch
that.
nemesis, bro. This is why he's my arch nemesis.
Look at him.
This guy.
He's just stirring
speaks-
the pot.
Look, where's the table, bro? Pull up the table. Where's your team? He's talking about all this smoking and stuff like that. No. The only smoking is you lot at the bottom, fam.
Yeah, that's where we
there's
were.
smoke, there's fire. You
That's
lot
where
burning
we
at the bottom
were
of the table, fam.
until Daniel Fark. What does he do? He changes the formation. He goes 5 at the back. We've only lost once in our last 9. It's a different caliber. See, when you're saying, yeah, it's going to be I see what you're saying.
You're making
doing
up
it-
some unexpected
that's more
chess
of
that you
a-
think I've been giving here.
That's
Like,
more
I'm
of
not.
I think we're going to batter them, but
No,
let's
right,
go in
right.
conservative.
Well, when did I ever say that? I don't think we're going to batter you. I said I think it's going to be a very tight game.
No, I'm not gonna. I want
it will
us to
be-
batter
it
them.
won't be a
I
tight
want
game.
us to batter them. I hate Leeds. Mark Veruca, get off my football pitch right now. You're a disgrace. I don't even like the letter V. I've got beef with Australians. Get out of here, fam. I hate Leeds. I hate Leeds.
It's
yeah?
a good thing he departed the club over 20 years ago.
It doesn't matter.
to be fair.
I'm like Thai, fam. You could call me Thai like fam. Where's my headphones?
You're going to need to go to
No.
Thailand after the ass whooping you're going to get on Saturday, mate.
You're an absolute disgrace. You're a cheat. I hope Leeds get relegated again, just like all them other times when they got relegated. What about that time when you came to the Emirates and we battered you 5-0? What about that time? I want that to be that time again by Elland Road. You know why they call it Elland Road? Because you get L's all the time. Yeah, Leeds. That's all you're getting led to. L's, disgraces, cheats.
Listen, man, I think you lot are heavily underestimating the quality of football you're going to see. When Fark turns it on, when Leeds turn it on, when we've got the pace in our play, I want to see us go direct. I think you lot are going to try and get on the ball against us personally. I think you're going to start to try and play some football, actually take a few more risks, because you look at Leeds United and that's a game
What's
that
your plan going to be?
You should be doing. Our plan is going to be set up in the back five as we have been. A
Oh,
little bit more
God.
direct to our play. Exploit the gaps in behind. You've got Anton Stach, who's a great ball carrier in the midfield. Takes it past a couple of players. Dominic Calvert-Lewin making a peeling run through the middle. You've got Brendan Aronson, who's like a Swiss Army knife right now. He's covering 5 positions at the same time. He's a man reborn. And he's got blistering pace on the break. We've got Buonanotte, who's just come in. Gives us a change of dynamism. And if things aren't going our way, we can happily do what we did against Liverpool. Go 4 back. Put Nanto on. Buonanotte on. Open the game up. Different angles. I think this could start to be the unravelling of Arsenal. The only thing I think is that City are going to lose to Spurs. So I think you'll still be okay
I think
for
City
another
will beat
week.
Spurs.
But what would you give for your lineups for Arsenal? What lineups do you think would be... Who are we going to see tomorrow
I think
lining up at Ellen Road?
Well, I think we'll see our best back four with Timber and Calafiori, and then
Calafiori, yeah.
centre back a partnership of Gabriel and Saliba. I think the midfield is where it gets interesting. A lot of calls for Odegaard to be dropped, and I hear it because there shouldn't be any player in our squad that's undroppable, and he has not been performing. So maybe.
What are you saying for Rice, Odegaard, Eze?
I really do want to see Odegaard and Eze play more together. I would back that. I would be very content with that. But I think it's too attacking, and Arteta just wouldn't play it, I don't think. Maybe we see Eze, Rice, Zubmendi.
Unless if you put Eze out wide left,
Yeah,
potentially.
that
But
is a good
a
point.
lot of people say
I
they
think he
don't
gets
like
wasted
him
there.
wide left. Yeah.
I don't like him there. I just feel like when he receives the ball on the left, he's going to come into the middle anyway, and mostly he does his best work playing in the middle, and I feel like he doesn't have that same defensive capabilities as a Martinelli, who, if he loses the ball, he's getting back to get it. Do you know what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah. When you're playing against Leeds, you don't want to have a thing where they're catching you on the break and they're just going, woo. No, thank you. If Eze is going to be playing on the left, I need him to be switched on. I can't have any of this laissez-faire, I lost the ball, I'll let midfield handle it, or I'll let whoever's left back handle it, Calafiori handle it.
I mean, do you know what? Maybe we see a Eze or Havertz rise. Maybe we see Havertz drop into midfield. I mean, that would be interesting. We did kind of essentially buy him as an 8, and I think he played really, really well in the Champions League.
Isn't that even more offensive than Odegaard and Eze?
Potentially, but I just like what I saw in the Champions League, and I think he immediately, like you said, clicked with Gyökeres, and he made a massive impact. So he almost kind of deserves to start against Leeds from the back of that performance.
Goal and assist. Coming back in the team and going,
45 minutes as well.
Don't forget what I done. Don't forget what I done.
Yeah.
You wouldn't put him over Gyökeres?
I don't think so.
Put him,
No,
put
do you
him,
know
put
what,
him
yeah?
further advanced forward? Because he
There's-
can facilitate the play. You talk about a player like Bukayo Saka's decline. A lot of that has been he does not gel with Gyökeres. The Gyökeres wants the early ball in.
Yeah.
Saka likes to cut back, open up an angle for a ball. Doesn't really flow with him. Havertz is a very selfless player. He facilitates play for everyone else. So I think that could be potentially why you're seeing your wingers not even firing in the league. I mean, Martinelli's got one goal in the league. Saka's got 4 goals in the league. Madueke 0 goals in the league.
Yeah.
So do you think maybe bringing Havertz in instead of Gyökeres could start to rejuvenate?
I think it could work in the case that they've already played with Havertz. They know how Havertz plays. They know how to deliver to him. We done that. Do you know what I'm saying? For 2 seasons. So in the case of that, I feel like it will almost be like a natural kind of click. If you're going to play Havertz up front and still have Saka and Martinelli or Trossard on the left, I think naturally they will work better with Havertz than they will with Gyökeres. But there's something about Gyökeres that defensively, it's like when he comes off, we concede goals. Yeah. And there's something about defenders are gravitated towards him. He'll get 2 or 3 man on him. Do you know what I'm saying? For me, that goal that he scored in the Champions League the other day, 3 defenders around him, brushed them off, got the shot. The same thing with the one the week before with the fake Bukayo assist. Getting himself into those positions is what I need to see, and that release of the ball early so that he can get there. When that Martinelli pass with the outside of the foot last week, that's what I need to see, and he done it again the other day in the Champions League, crossed it in. I think Odegaard headed it straight towards the keeper. I need to see more balls like that where it's just getting direct, not the spray and pray kind of. I've got to the edge. Let me try and cross it in and hope it might bounce off and get a corner,
the
or it's just in the box.
Football.
Do you know what I'm saying? I need to see if you're on the break, can you release it and get another player in behind the lines, because there will be another 1-2 man running with you. Martinelli's got speed. I think one of the things as well that we weren't capitalizing on with Martinelli is his speed. Getting in those balls early. I need to see Odegaard deliver to him and go, I'm playing this ball and you're going to run onto it. Like, it's something that Bruno Fernandes does a lot. He'll people mock him. Well, now they're trying to say he's underrated and the best thing, but in seasons past they would mock him for making these Hollywood passes that players couldn't get onto the end of, and we need to see more of that at Arsenal, because a player like Gyökeres and a player like Martinelli can get onto the end of those passes, so we need to be just releasing them earlier.
You do indeed, and it is anyone's guess how the game is going to go tomorrow. We do have some score predictions in the chat. Shout out Rob0907, Arsenal 3-1, Ronnie Dodge 1-1, Diokong, I'm not going to try and pronounce that one, 1-1. We've got a super chat also coming in from Ronnie Dodge 3299. Shout out to you, thank you for the super chat, my man. Get a result against Arsenal, just wear a black kit. Well, unfortunately, we're going to be wearing a white kit instead tomorrow.
Unfortunately, that's your colour, bro.
Well, I mean, unfortunately for his super chat, it is a beautiful magisterial colour, of course, donned after Real Madrid.
It's actually a nice kit.
I was going to say, is white even a colour? Look,
well, it was...
This is the problem. This is the problem. You got Leeds sitting here talking about, we fashioned it after Real Madrid.
We did. It was Don Revy who brought it in the 60s.
Bro, it's not,
I'm not
bro.
even a fan of Real Madrid. I'm a Barcelona man myself.
It's fashioned over Tottenham, bro. Yeah, that's what it is.
Get
I told you, the
here.
Tottenham of the North.
Get
The
out of here.
disgraces.
When Leeds were rolling the shop,
how
Tottenham
dare
weren't
you.
even a club, mate. Let's be honest, man. When we were running the show. Come on, there's no conversation there.
Bruv, the show's been cancelled, bro.
Let me know your score predictions in there as well. Just quickly, can we get some flash fire score predictions going here for that game?
I'm going 3-1.
You going 3-1?
Yeah.
I'm sticking with what I said yesterday. I'm going to go 2-1.
Going to go 2-1, and
2-1.
I'm going to go with 2-1. I don't think Leeds are going to keep a clean sheet, but I do think they're going to score twice. I think Brendan Aronson's going to have a field day, and it is going to be 2-1 Leeds
Are we going to see an
United
appearance
at
from
Ellen Road.
OG?
From who?
Are we going to see an appearance from OG?
Who's OG?
Owen goal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
I don't know, mate. We're
we
not
bought
both,
him.
we're
That's
both
our
not
top
great
scorer,
on
you
that
know.
one.
It's funny because we bought him from Man United last season, innit? He had such a good season at Man United last season. We went, get this guy in right now. We need a striker right now. Owen goal.
Owen goal's doing numbers.
Well,
for
without
Arsenal.
without Goodmanson playing or Bijou, then hopefully not. Hopefully not. But if those two are on the pitch, you never ever know. But we do also have some other great games for you tomorrow, which will, of course, all be covered on the Saturday Football Show. Make sure you're locked in tomorrow at 7 o'clock for that one. We've got Brighton versus Everton. Both clubs as well need a win to push themselves away from that relegation battle, which is actually drawing very high up the table. Quickly, can we get some score predictions for that one? Brighton, Everton.
So the Amex.
It is at the Amex, yeah.
I'm going Brighton 2-1.
Brighton 2-1.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1. You know,
Yeah.
I like that 1-1. That's looking like a bit of a cage fest for me, that Brighton Everton one. We do also have Wolves, who have been impressive as of late, but still it looks like they have just too high of a mountain to climb. They will be taking on Bournemouth, who of course had that fantastic result against Liverpool, which has been very important in pulling them out of that relegation battle. It's going to be an interesting one. Bournemouth coming into this with a bit between their teeth. I think they might they might start to get a little bit of momentum. I hope they don't from a biased perspective, but I do think they will start to get a bit of momentum. I'm going to go Bournemouth 2-0 on that one.
Bournemouth at home.
Bournemouth away at Molineux.
I'm still gonna go Bournemouth. Bournemouth 2-1.
I'm gonna go 2-0 as well.
2-0 Bournemouth.
Yeah, 2-0 Bournemouth.
We do also then have a cracker at 5:30. The Battle of London. Chelsea versus West Ham. Rosinha is really aging his men over there. He's got them cooking in the Champions League. He's got them cooking in the Premier League. Is he the next Mikel Arteta? That is the question on everyone's lip. Is he going to revolutionise Chelsea, bring them back to the promised land?
Take them
think
6
he
years.
might.
6 years to get a trophy.
I don't know, mate. I don't
That's
know.
That's what the next Mikel Arteta
It's definitely
is,
too
fam.
early to tell, but
Too early to tell, but I like his style. He's a bit of a
I
revolutionary.
think it's good. They just got to stick with him, fam. They can't be doing the rotating thing. If it starts going bad, unless it is really, really bad, you got to let him do his thing, let him get his time, let him have his windows, do you know what I'm saying? And actually lay out what it is that he wants to do. And it's only if on that journey it goes Amorim settings. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the only. Like, just let him do his thing, and if it's Amorim settings, then you can let him go.
Outdoor.
Fam. Like,
Well, I hope. I listen, man. I think he's come under too much criticism, and I think I'm liking the early signs I'm seeing from him, and I hope it continues against West Ham. We can't have West Ham picking up 3 wins on the trot now. That wouldn't be right. So I'm gonna go with 3-1 Chelsea on that one. I
you're
think.
stealing all my score.
yeah, I was gonna go
predictions.
3-1 as well.
See, I can read
was
the
like-
minds, mate.
I'm
Playing
gonna have
4D
to
chess
try and
over
change
here.
it up now. I'm gonna go 1-0. I'm gonna go 1-0 Chelsea.
1-0 to the Chelsea. And
I'll
then, of
stick with
course,
3-1.
the 8 o'clock of tomorrow is Liverpool versus Newcastle. The revenge for the cup final last year, potentially. Obviously, the whole Isak situation. It's got a little bit naughty between those two clubs. I think we could be in for a bit of a fiery affair here. Liverpool at Anfield, of course, after that result against Bournemouth didn't go their way. They need to bounce back in the league quickly. Otherwise, they could be seeing themselves drop further and further away from that Champions League qualifications. Newcastle themselves, though, just missing out on top 8 of the Champions League. They have a lot to prove. They still need to get themselves in and around it, because I'm sure their goal is going to be to finish it within the top 4 or top 5, whichever it turns out being at the end of this season. But I think it's going to still... I'm leaning towards Liverpool on this one.
I'm
Are
going
you feeling
2-2.
the same way?
2-2 draw.
I'm going 2-2 as well. I'm gonna go a draw.
Yeah.
Both going for a
Yeah.
Desmond?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I wouldn't be surprised though if Liverpool nick it, but I think it could be a draw.
Oh, that's a tough one.
There's not a lot between them, but Liverpool probably are just the better team. But like you said, I think Newcastle have something still to play for, and they've
I
got
just think the Anfield judge is strong, fam. So
yeah.
I like, as much as I don't see them losing 2 back-to-back, but maybe they might not win because Newcastle will be on 1. So that's why I'm going 2-2.
Oh, I'm gonna have to edge it towards Liverpool.
Yeah.
I think I don't see them slipping up that one. But it's gonna be a tough one. Let us know in the chat who you guys see winning that game. Of course, it isn't on Saturday, but I would be remiss if we didn't quickly touch on a huge match going on Sunday, which is, of course, Tottenham Hotspur at the... Well, it's not really at the Lane anymore. At the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium against Manchester City. And they are their bogey team, man. I don't want them to win, because I want to overtake them personally. But... they just always do it against City,
as an
and I would not
Arsenal
be
fan-
surprised if they did it again.
As an Arsenal fan, I can tell you right now, I 100% unequivocally support Manchester City to lose.
Right. Well, I was just trying to figure out what you were
I thought there was more coming.
Yeah.
there.
I will
you
never
just let
say
that
I'm
pipe drum
supporting
drop.
Tottenham. Are you crazy? All them fans that come in here and go, oh, I'm supporting this team that we did. I support one team, the Arsenal. Yeah, that's it. I support Arsenal. I don't come here and I need to support whoever to win and beat whoever. Yeah, I support Man City to lose. I definitely do not support Tottenham. Thank you.
Do you know what though? I'm just having a little look at the last like 4 games in the Premier League. Spurs in the last 2 seasons have beat City at the Etihad, but City have beat Spurs at theirs. So twice. So Spurs like playing away at City.
And Spurs have been poor at home
Yeah,
this season
so
as well. So I'm liking what I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Let's be honest, you just never ever back Spurs to do you a favour. So
Nah.
City will probably win.
2-1 City.
Yeah, a City Yeah, I hear it.
I don't back Spurs to do us a favour, which is why I think they're going to win, because I want them to lose, which would be doing
No,
us a
Spurs
favour.
won't win.
So every time I want them to do me a favour, every time I want anyone to do me a favour, it just doesn't happen, mate. So I'm telling you, but I just feel like Spurs are going to do it.
Really?
Spurs against City. I'm gonna edge it. I'm gonna edge a 2-1 Spurs. Let us know in the chat if you agree with us.
The Leeds
or
of the
if
South,
you
back your team.
Disagree with us. But that is 4:30 on Sunday. But tomorrow at 8:30, we are going to be live on the channel. Of course, we have my boy AGT, who won't be on the Saturday Football Show because he is out in Thailand right now, and he is killing the scene. He's going to be doing a golf shot challenge, where if you get it in, you get a humongous amount of a prize pool. You can actually vote online and see who you want to win that thing. It's called One Shot Could Make You a Millionaire. So make sure you tune in tomorrow at 8:30. He's been very, very excited about this. I spoke to him off camera many a times. There's going to be a lot of great former professional footballers there as well. It's going to be popping off. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you tune in tomorrow at 8:30 for that one.
He looks like James Bond in that graphic.
It does look. It does
Look at that.
doesn't
Come
it?
on,
in the
Agatha,
black and
you can
white
win
suit.
this. Believe.
I've never
Use your-
seen him
use your
zap like
Scouse
that.
powers.
Yeah.
It's probably AI, bro.
Nah, he looks serious in the suit. He actually, he looks like he wants it. He looks like he's locked in.
Bruv, did
He
you see
does.
the shots that he was making, fam?
Yeah.
Missing everything.
Not hitting the ball.
Yeah.
You got to
If
hit the
anything,
ball.
I'm not
really.
putting any money on him. I'm not putting any money on him. All my money's going on Gareth Bale. Yeah.
Well, as you said, if you put your money on the right person, you too could make some serious cashola on that one. But hopefully, I'm rooting for my boy AGT. Hopefully,
Come
he
on.
does it. And rumor has it, if you win some big money, maybe we get even more lighting and cameras here. Who knows? Maybe I heard some things through the grapevine. But before we do finish this show, we have to finish with a bang. It is time for Rocket transfers. We are at the summit of the January transfer window, and there's still some things to talk about. Could Raheem Sterling be on his way to Tottenham Hotspur? Could he be there soon enough to have an impact on this game on Sunday and score against his former employers? He's
He
been
ain't going
passed
there.
around all over the game.
He ain't going there. There's no way.
Nah. I mean, do you know what? You say there's no way. Tottenham are cheap, and he is on free. You know,
You seen his wages though? Tottenham aren't paying that.
No, but the thing is, Raheem Sterling's wages have become inconsequential because he can't go to anywhere and say these are my wages now.
No, unless you go
Because
Saudi.
you're basically exactly you're
Yeah.
finished. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not
Yeah.
saying this in a negative way, but man hasn't played for like 3 years, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Even when he was loaned at us, how many games did he play? Do you know what I'm saying? Barely any.
handful.
Barely any. So you can't turn around and say, I won the Premier League with City 5-6 years ago. Give me 300 grand a week. It's not going to happen. Yeah? You're going to go to a London club. You're going to get what you're given, and then you're going to like it because you get to stay in London and you get to play football again.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be.
It would be a weird move if he goes to Spurs though. I just can't really visualise it.
I can.
Well, I mean, you can
Can't.
visualise him paying for Arsenal. You can visualise him paying for Chelsea, City, and Liverpool. I mean, a fifth wouldn't be too much out of the
He's doing
out
the
of
Nicholas
the
and
equation.
settings,
It's
fam.
bingo.
Yeah, he's the Adebayor of his generation.
What about that time when he joined Fulham? Could happen, bro.
Well, it
West
is,
London.
That would be an explosive one, as I said before, and it is time to rank these. It's time to rank these. It is Rocket presents ranked for the transfers. How would you rank? How would you rank that one if that one went through? If it was to seal the deal, could that be the saving grace for them? Give it a ranking.
What's the ranking out of?
1 to 10.
As in, if it was good, I would give it a high number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, that's a 2.
Yeah,
It's a 2.
it's low. I'm going like 4.
Mateta is the next one we have on the chopping block. Could be on his way to AC Milan.
I'm surprised
Is
the
that a
Premier League
fantastic-
team haven't got him.
Yeah,
Got in
yeah.
for him.
There's a lot of. I mean, you guys could do with the Mateta. I think his
I'm not sure we
profile
can
would
sign a
fit
fourth
perfectly.
striker though right now.
You're not sure he's what?
I'm not sure we can sign a fourth striker right now.
Yeah, but
It's hard to keep 3 happy, let alone 4.
Bruv,
Oh,
it's
well,
hard to
the
keep
Yoff
3
in
not
with the
injured,
news.
bro.
Yeah,
What are you talking about? We might need that 4th.
Yeah, we might.
But how would you rank that one if that was to go through? I mean, he's had a phenomenal season, Mateta. He had a phenomenal year last year as well. He's been a great servant for Palace over the years. I mean, he's not necessarily the easiest on the eye footballer, I would say, from a personal perspective. He's not the slickest of footballers, but
he gets the job done.
He gets the job done. And he's a quick finisher as well. He's a quick finisher. He doesn't mess around when he gets in around the 18-yard box. He strikes quickly. For me, that would be right up there for Milan. I would be giving that an 8 out of 10.
I would also give that an 8, yeah.
I think I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I do think he would do really good in Serie A. It would be an interesting move.
How much are they getting for?
It is currently undisclosed talks.
Didn't Milan also sign Fulkrug from West Ham in the summer? They're just nabbing some strikers from the Prem.
Well, Fulkrug, I mean, that was a fall from grace, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the guy was
massively.
He was ripping it up in the Champions League final against Real Madrid, and 6 months later, you're seeing him lining up for a struggling West Ham side. That was an interesting one. I think that would be, if we were to rank that would be a certain 2 out of 3.
But that's football, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Win some, you lose some.
One. Aston Villa made some big transfers. Of course, they are keeping themselves in the mount for that Premier League title. Of course, they want to keep themselves in the conversation. Speaking of strikers, that Tammy Abraham deal from Besiktas, I think that is a huge signing for them. £18.2 million deal. If I was to put that on a ranking, that'd have to be up there. Number 9, I'd say.
I would give that a solid 8.
Solid 8.
I haven't seen a lot of Tammy Abraham recently, but I think it's a good, strong signing from Villa, and I think it shows intent from the club to be doing this type of business in January. So, yeah, I'll go 7.5, 8 out of 10.
And I think the best way to do this would be to go through all of the clubs in the Premier League, of course, go through their best signing and give it a ranking. Bournemouth have had a couple of signings themselves. Fraser Forster has come in there. Christos Mandas, Ryan has come in. I think Ryan is probably the biggest one between him and Alex Toth. Bournemouth, of course, have a little bit of cash to splash after the Semenyo deal. What are we making on Ryan from Vasco da Gama?
I can't say I know a lot about it.
Yeah,
I can't.
Bit of a rogue one, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Bournemouth, a lot of clubs in the Premier League do stuff like that, and then they create these kind of Semenyos and just other top signings that then the bigger clubs then poach. So they know what they're doing. These Bournemouth and Palace teams like that. So yeah, this guy might cook.
This guy might cook indeed. Another club struggling and in desperate need of a transfer was, of course, Brentford, who brought in Kaye Furo from Club Bruges for £8.7 million, whilst letting 7 players go. I don't think this is one that's going to upset the apple cart.
How many players? They let 7 players go?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by my estimations, but a lot of them were youth players.
Okay,
players,
yeah,
preliminaries from the squad. This was not 7 first teamers out the door
situation.
situation.
No, even with 7...
It's not going to upset the apple cart. I'm not sure other teams are quaking in their boots for Kaye Furo, so I think I'm going to give this a flat 5, and maybe we all get very, very impressed. Now Brighton, huge one.
Who have Brighton got? Because Brighton be them ninjas.
Gross is back.
Return.
He's permanent. El return of Pascal Gross, of course. Wow, man, what a huge one. He's been all over the gaff, obviously. Dortmund was at Brighton before, was cooking. I think this is exactly what they need. I think they need that bolstering up in their midfield. It's looked a little bit weak at times when I've seen Brighton this year. They're a team that haven't really managed to get great form going in the midfield. I think has been a big part of that. I think they struggle to control games. For me, I think that's an 8 out of 10 dealer.
Yeah,
that one.
I would have said strong 7, 8, because sometimes it's you have to go back to what works. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%. That's what Villa have done in signing Douglas Luiz on loan. It's someone that's worked in the system before, bring him back, help get you over the line. Like that Villa, the Douglas Luiz loan is good business from Villa. I know he struggled since leaving, but I think he'll do well.
Great business and great loan business. And speaking of great loan business, we've got James Ward-Prowse coming in next to Burnley, who are in desperate need of bolstering up of the squad. It is a loan deal for James Ward-Prowse. They've got that sealed. And as I said, speaking of teams that need a bit more quality on the ball, Burnley is one of them. They're also a big set-piece team, and Ward-Prowse has got great ability from that. How would you guys be ranking that? Do you think that could change their season?
I'll say that's a 7. If you play into the strengths, you know that he can deliver on those set pieces. Do you know what I'm saying? Work to your strengths and go, right, get this guy on everything, and let's make sure we can make the most of this. Let's get goals from this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't buy players. You don't go out and buy a player just to buy the player because you need a player in a certain position. That player will have strengths, and you need to work to those strengths.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's good. I mean, he was so good at Southampton, and then obviously went to West Ham. Didn't he also go on loan to Forest for like 6 months or something? I'm pretty sure.
He's been all over the gal.
Yeah, but I think that's because of that West Ham thing and just the whole debacle that's happening at West Ham with all the players and stuff like that. It wasn't the right move, and it ended up like stunting his growth.
Yeah, it's a good move though.
And we will move swiftly past Chelsea, who didn't bring any big names in, let a couple of big ones go. Sterling, of course, released. Buonanotte recalled from his loan. Crystal Palace, on the other hand, got some big deals done early, of course, with Gahey going. Brennan Johnson was very swiftly back in the door for them. Give a quick ranking from this one. We've seen a little bit of him already.
Brennan Johnson. Just
a quick 1 to 10 ranking of Brennan Johnson to Crystal Palace. £35 million, a lot of money.
So far, it's looked
25.
like
35.
£35 million. Yeah.
So far, it's looked like a 5 or 5 out of 10.
I was going to say it's a 5.
He hasn't looked impactful at all. I know it's early days still, but he hasn't done a lot really since joining.
Yeah, unless he delivers for the there's a small number of games we're going off of, but you got to wait till the end of the season really to see if he's worth his price.
Yeah, I think that's been a bit of a stinky one personally. I'd give that a 5 out of 10. We move on to the next big deal, which was, of course, Facundo Buonanotte. He was recalled from his loan from Brighton. He was then sent off to the future European dark horses at Leeds United. He's played a current about 5 to 10 minutes. I think that could turn out to be a heater. I'm going to leave it at a 7 out of 10 right now for Buonanotte. He's got the potential to develop, but with the lack of game time he's had, I need to see a lot more from him. Liverpool, of course, not too many big moves, but Manchester City, on the other hand, 2 humongous moves, and I want you to quickly rank both of them. Gahey, Semenyo, give them both a ranking right here, right now.
Semenyo's 10 out of 10 signing for me. I was desperate for him at Arsenal, and I rate him so highly. He's come in and has made such a quick impact, and he looks like he's been at City for a long time, which is, I suppose, a compliment to him. But yeah, it's a top signing from City. 10 out of 10 for me. Gay, really strong signing as well. Probably a 8 or a 9 out of 10. I think he's, where City looks so vulnerable defensively, particularly with the injuries they've got, and I know that they're coming back now, some of those players, but he's definitely gonna solidify that back line a little bit more. Two great signings.
I'm giving them both. They can both get an 8. I think mainly it's just seeing how they work in the City team. I don't know, because they seem more, even though they're good players, they seem a bit more desperation buys than legit. Pep said, this is the guy I need to win the league or whatever. So
Semenyo is like one of the best performing players this season. So.
He is, but I'm not saying it's a bad signing by any means or whatever, but I'm just leaving that space for, is it the right signing?
Is it what they need more? Is it where they need strengthening? Yeah, I think the Gahey one is definitely more of a instant improvement of the team, and Semenyo one for the future. We then move on to Tottenham, who have done the deal of the decade.
Disgraces, cheats. Oh, we get relegated. Leeds of the South.
We got they obviously got rid of Brennan Johnson, as we said, for 35 million, and then went and spent 34 million on Conor Gallagher, which seems to be a very, very mighty, impressive piece of business. Quick fire. We don't have a lot of time here. Quick fire. 1 to 10.
1.
Conor Gallagher.
1.
I'm not sure it's really
1
what they
because
need.
they only said 1 million.
I'm gonna go 5, 6.
I
think 6.
I think that's an 8 out of 10. I think that is a
hard.
phenomenal signing for them. West Ham, quickly, we had the big one, Castellanos, coming in from Lazio. Again, West Ham needs something quickly. I think that could be a 7 out of 10 for them. What do you guys say?
I don't. I think it'll be like a 5. I think loads of West Ham's transfers have been the wrong transfers for the last 2 seasons or something like that. Like between changing managers and changing players, they just don't know what they're doing over there.
Yeah.
Well, that has been Rocket ranked transfers. Of course, shout out to Rocket Mobile. Anything you need to know about it will be in the description down below. So make sure you check that out. Thank you to my panel for what has been a phenomenal hour of talking football. We will be back on the channel, as I said, 8:30 tomorrow. Make sure you tune in to DR Sports. We're going to be live then. And then, of course, we also have the Saturday football show at 7 o'clock, where we're going to be breaking down everything we spoke about today. But if you do enjoy the content, make sure you like, subscribe, and tick that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. For now, we'll see you next time.
I'm back here in Bangkok, baby, for the Icon Series. Look behind me. These are the legends that are squaring up to win the $10 million hole-in-one 177-yard par 3. I am partaking in it. If you vote for me to do it, and I do it somehow, been practicing, obviously, not that well, then you could win $1 million. Time to stripe one down the middle of the fairway, hole 1, 32 degrees. Let's have a look. No talking. Oh, you. Yeah, I missed that one. It's alright, we got this one. Shut up, Hass. Back, forward. Hass, I'm being serious. Stop saying that because it's practice shots. It's hot. That'll do. Yeah, it's like a quicksand. Yeah, delete that bit, mate. Right, so with this one, what I'm aiming to do, whether I actually do it is different, right? But let's go.
What do you do with yours? I do unlimited football content.
Well, I do unlimited bragging.
Well, I do unlimited swiping right.
Well, I do unlimited doom scrolling.
Well, I do unlimited sliding into the DMs.
Well, I do watching TikTok on the bus without headphones unlimited.
Oh, God.